Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to draft and cut a simple mermaid skirt with a train using a simple basic skirt pattern. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get right into the tutorial. In order to start off this tutorial, the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a basic pencil skirt pattern, and then from there I'm going to alter it in order to get something that I'm going to use to cut my mermaid skirt. So these are the measurements you'll be needing. So guys, in the case whereby one pattern paper is not going to be enough, just go ahead to join it to another pattern paper so I can be able to get the full length of the skirt we're working with. So using my masking tape, I'm just going to tape the both ends together and then join them to form one long piece. So guys, this is what I have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to come down by half an inch, and this is going to serve as my waistline and starting line. Now after I've drawn this, I'm just going to come down by 8 inches, which is from my waist to the hip length, okay? So I'm just marking this all through, and then also I'm subtracting my half length measurement, which for my client is 50 inches, and I'm going to be coming down by her knee length measurement, which is at 39 inches. Now I just marked it at this point, and also coming down by the full length. So guys, I'm just going to take this across. So my knee length is at 39 and the full length I'm working with is at 58. So just take this measurement all through and then connect together. Now having connected them, we have basically formed all our horizontal line. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to divide my pattern paper into two so that I have one piece for the front and then the other for the back. So guys, I'm just going to place my tape rule like this, and I'll just be dividing it with my tape rule into two. So this is how I'm going to divide it into two equal halves all the way to the down. If your client is on the big size, you might have to add more pattern paper, okay? I'll connect the midpoints together like this so as to divide my paper into two. Now it's time for us to label, so I'll just be indicating F for front and then B for back. I mark the waistline at the both sides, hip line, knee length line, and also the hem line. Now let's begin. At the waistline, I'll be dividing her actual waist measurement by 4, and I'm going to mark it at this point. Then add extra 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. Now guys, this is not going to have any dots because I'm having a back waistline at the front. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to move on to my hip line, divide the actual hip measurement by 4, and then add extra 1.5 inches again for the sewing allowance. At the knee length line, whatever I have for my hip line measurement, I just subtracted 1.5 from that and marked it on the knee length line. Now I'm going to take this at the hem line also, and then I'm going to be connecting it all my mark points together as seen. So guys, as you can see, I've changed my marker so that this can be very visible. Now once you have connected it this way, I'm just going to label this the front and I'm going to cut it all out. So let's work on the back piece. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to create my zipper allowance line, and because I want to maximize the use of my paper, I am creating this other line. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is just to cut off the excesses that I'm not going to be working with so that I'm not going to be confused. The first thing I did was to mark 1.5 inches away from the starting edge or side of my pattern paper all the way to the bottom. Now after doing it, I'm going to connect it together with my straight ruler seam. This is for the zipper allowance. At the waistline, in order for us to contour the butt, I'm just going to be taking my 1.5 inches for zipper allowance away from the waistline only. And I'm going to mark my waist allowance divided by 4, add my 1.5 inches for sewing allowance, I add extra 1.5 inches for what we have taken at the zipper region. Now I'm just going to use my curve ruler and connect these lines. Now my camera stopped recording, but let me explain again what I did. Now when you're taking your measurement from the back, you need to start away from the zipper allowance line. Now the hip is the same thing with that of the front. I took my measurement away from the zipper allowance line, the same thing all the way to the hem. So the only part that we are going to be interfering with the zipper allowance is at the waist region, and you must make sure to replace it at the other side of the paper. So guys, with our pencil skirt basic bodice pattern ready for the front and back, let's begin modifying this into a mermaid skirt. At the knee length, you have to determine where you want your mermaid silhouette to begin from. So for me, I just came up by at my knee length region by 2 inches. You can come up by 3 to 4 inches. Just make sure that you take this measurement on your client so I can know exactly where you want it to begin. So guys, at this point I continued with what I was doing, but I later realized I was making a mistake, so I had to stop and sellotape the areas that I already cut out. Now let's do the right thing. So guys, the correction I did was to take my 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance away first at the side of my pattern paper. Then the next thing I'm just going to do is to measure what I have from from my pattern paper. Like, you see what I'm doing? I just divide that into two and then got the midpoint at the middle and also at the hem, and I'm just going to connect it together as seen. Now this new line that I've actually drawn here is what I'm going to follow. So I'm just going to cut through it like this, and I'm just going to cut towards my hip region in this way so I can be able to spread it when we are working on our fabric. So it's this easy to convert a straight skirt pattern into a mermaid skirt pattern. Now let's work on the back piece. So guys, this step I'm about to do is quite optional. If you like, you can leave it like this or you can do something similar. From my hip line, I came down by 8 inches at this the butt region, and I marked it here. Then I took half an inch allowance all the way to the hem, and I'm just going to be connecting this together with my straight wool. Now once I approach that 8 inches new line I came down by, I'm just going to use my curve rule to curve this all the way to the top. Now I just did this so that our butt can can sit well and not and be fitted. It's the fittings that made me do this. So I'm just going to trim off my excess pattern paper right here. Now guys, the same inches that I came up by at the front, you are going to do the same thing at the back. So I came up by my 2 inches and I'm just going to connect it together like this. Now guys, again I took away 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance and I'm just going to connect them together. Then just the same way we did for the front, I'm going to divide what I have into two. So you can see where I'm placing it. I'm not crossing the zipper allowance region and also not interfering with the sewing allowance. Now I'm just going to connect my midpoint like this. Then I'm going to cut it across and then cut it all through to the both sides. So guys, say you don't have enough fabric to work with or you don't want to add a train at all. Now you can just leave your back pattern at this point. But for me, I'm going to be adding a strain to mine. So I'm going to be also cutting that on paper first. The train cannot start from the knee line. So you have to go up by extra inches. So for me, I came up by extra 3 inches. This is just to enable easy movement of the person. Bringing my pattern paper, I'm just going to place my skirt pattern on it this way. And can you see the way I slightly spread it a little bit? And now after doing this, I'm just going to use my sellotape to hold this down. So guys, I've already held it down. I took the measurement of what I have here and I have it to be about half to 1/1 inch. Okay, so you don't have to really open it wide when you are adding your train. Now guys, I'm just taking the full length of what I have right here, which is 24 inches. Now for me, I really don't want mine to be that wide, so I'm just going to be extending by 15 inches, and then I'm just going to place my measuring tape from this starting point and make sure that I have my 24 inches there. And so I've marked my 24 inches, and then to determine how long it's going to be, for me I just came down by extra 5 inches. So this train is 5 inches longer than the actual full length, and using my measuring tape as a rule, I'm just going to connect it like this. So guys, what I have, I'm now going to use the curvy part of my rule and just try and connect it together. So this is what I have. If you want yours to be wider and you know you have enough fabric that can contain it, you can definitely make yours wider. So at this point, I'm just playing with it and trying to make it like more dramatic. So that's all for the train, and I'm just going to cut it out as seen. And with that, guys, we are done modifying the front and the back patterns. Now let's cut this out on our actual fabric. The quantity of fabric you should get should depend on how wide you want your train to be or how full you want the mermaid skirt in general to be. So for me right here, I have 4 yards, and 4 yards is just enough for what I want. Anything less than 3.5 yards, I don't think is going to be possible in order to make this skirt. So the first thing I'm going to do is to fold it into two, just like you can see me doing, right sides facing each other. Now once you have folded it and smoothed it all out, I brought my pattern paper, and can you see the way I am placing it? So I placed it this way and realized that I still have excess fabric. Like I want to manage this fabric, so I'm just going to be shifting it until I get what I want. So now once I've gotten that, I decided to pin it so that this stays in place. Now once I'm done pinning the midpoint, then the next thing I went ahead to do was to determine how wide I want to spread it. Now guys, you can use from 5 to 10 inches, but for me I'm going to be opening mine with 8 inches. Now once I have done this, I'm also going to pin it down so that this doesn't shift. So guys, the next thing I went ahead to do was to bring my ruler and connect it together at this point so that when I'm cutting it out, it's going to be easy. Now I gave 1 inch for my hemming allowance, and I'm just going to cut it all through. Now you notice I did not add any allowance because we already have allowance at the pattern paper already. Now the same thing also at the waist region. I did not add any waist allowance of 1/2 inch because the 1/2 inch is still on the pattern paper. Now with all of this said and done, I'm just going to take off my pins, and we have successfully cut out our front. Now notching the knee length line is very important. Do make sure to notch yours. Now guys, in order to cut the back pattern, I already have my fabric folded in two like this, and I've placed my pattern there and opened it with 8 inches, the same thing for that of the front. Now I'm just going to connect it together like this, and then I'm going to cut it all out. Now I'm not going to give any sewing allowance because we already added that. The only thing that's going to be having allowance is at the hem region, okay? So can you see the way I'm cutting it? Just go ahead and do the same. I'm done cutting, and I'm just going to notch the starting point of my mermaid effect at both the zipper allowance line and also at the knee line. So that's it guys, and that will be all for this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.